Check one. Tempo. Oh yeah. Overachiever. Well, I threw the offer out a couple times to him, but I hadn't seen anybody show up. $10.40. Right, now you realize that I'm transmitting on air, but you're not, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I hope to see this thing grow to where we've got 43 starters every week. Because I don't know of any league on iRacing that can say that except for like the Pro Series. But basically we're averaging right now like 34, I think is what we are averaging now. Yeah. Well, right now, if nobody else comes in, there's 34 people in the room. I got one guy that's not connected no more. Then, of course, you and I doing the broadcast, so that's going to be 31 right there. Yeah. I hope not after 40. Before resets, I'd hope not. 4. Yeah, we get 4. We do that for the fact of if somebody gets out here, just like Frank. Frank's one of the world's worst to get caught up in everybody else's junk and never be anything that he can do about it. So we try to give everybody 4 to give them a little bit of extra room. All right, there's my other guy that was disconnected, so that means we're going to have 32 starting.
All right, folks, welcome to the Old Fart Sim Racing League here tonight. We're going to be turning 100 laps at Chicagoland. And joining me in the booth, I got Tommy Lee in here, one of well, pretty much the manager of this joint. Takes care of all the behind-the-scenes stuff that I know of. But welcome, Tommy.
It's good to be here, Rudy. Appreciate you letting me be up here with you.
It's good to have you. So, Tommy, tell us a little bit, what you think how this race is going to go tonight. We were just kind of talking a little bit there.
Well, I've been talking to a couple of the guys that ran the practice races and stuff, and they said the practice races, some went real good, some went real bad, so it's kind of going to be a coin toss, but I really hope it's some good, clean, hard racing up here.
Roger that. I think it... from what I've been seeing out here, it seems like some of the guys have got some pretty good setups.
Yeah, I know a couple of the ones that are going to be to watch tonight, of course, is going to be Travis Townsend. He's one to watch in anything he gets in. Earl, Derek, Al Cena's going to be a big one to watch tonight. Looks like Michael Sweeney's at the top of the practice board right now. So it really just depends on where these guys qualify. If they get a good qualifying lap in, to see who's going to be up there.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Sweeney. What is his name? McSweeney?
Michael Sweeney.
Okay. Him, Travis Townsend. Those guys going to be up there. The Hevron guys, they've been pretty tough every week. We don't want to count those guys out. LG Whaley. There's a lot of pretty good guys in here.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of talent all the way out through the field, so it's really going to be key to where they can qualify at. Be sure to either qualify way up front or way in the back. Way in the back to try to miss what happens in the middle. Way out front to stay ahead of it. So it's really going to depend on the qualifying lap where they're going to end up at.
Well, coming down to 3.5 minutes here till qualifying. Take a look at some of the fast times that have been out here. McSweeney, of course, there on the top spot. Travis Townsend, Gary Lowe, Derek McCormier. These guys all within a couple of tenths of each other. But I've noticed, Tommy, the field is kind of spread out quite a little bit time-wise.
Yeah, I really think, honestly, your pole speed is going to be somewhere in the 7s. I know Travis had some draft help on his lap. I don't know about Michael, if he had any or not on his. So your pole is probably going to be low 8 to a high 7. And then it just depends on who wants to really try to bust that lap and get up front, or who wants to be able to try to stay back and keep their truck clean.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the key factors here tonight, is keeping all the fenders on that thing square. Don't knock your toe out. Making sure you hit your marks. Communication with the other drivers. I talk about that all the time. I think that is probably maybe not the most important thing, but one of the very most important thing is communicating with the other drivers your intentions. If you're you're struggling and you need to get off the track, or you're going to pass somebody, you need to communicate to those guys what your intentions are, so they know that you're there. Sometimes you're kind of in a blind spot. I've had that a good many times, and it was a good thing that kind of instinct kicked in, because when I looked in my rearview mirror, I seen them coming up there, and then all of a sudden they kind of like disappeared. And then all of a sudden they're there, so it's like instinct kind of kicked in and told me don't move because he's there, I mean,
right.
I could have moved and I would have taken both of us out. So, communication is very, very important.
Yeah, like I say, communication is going to be the key between all the drivers. And this place is one of the most line-sensitive tracks that I know of out here. You miss your line just by 3 foot, and you're off. You're way off. I noticed that in practice myself when I was out there. I could run a good lap, but if I missed that line just a little bit, then I was in the wall.
Just wanted to double check and make sure trading paints is working here. I'm gonna do a quick update on my trading paints, so just to make sure that I've got everybody's paint, because I've been having a lot of people complaining saying I don't have their paints. Well, I don't have any control over trading paints. I got no control over that whatsoever. I mean, it's running. I'm updating. All the trucks are white right now, so that's proof that I'm updating. You know, the other night I updated 4 times in a race, and after the race, the guys were complaining because I didn't have their trading, their paints. Well, I can't help that. Out of my control. You can watch the broadcast and see that I updated it 4 times. I want to make sure I got everybody's paints, but sometimes, it just don't communicate very well or something. I don't know what the deal is.
Program had to have been designed by a woman.
All
right, Rudy, who's your pick for the pole?
Oh, God, for the pole?
For the pole.
Wow. I'm going to have to go with Travis Townsend for the pole. But for the win, I'm not sure yet. I haven't quite made up my mind yet. I'm kind of
there's too many good guys in here to try to pick a winner right now.
I know. I'm kind of thinking maybe Derek Cormier for the win, but I think Travis Townsend's going to take the pole. Derek Cormier kind of reminds me of the type of guy that he will ride mid-pack until it's time to go. And, time to go, could be, I guess depending on the person, but most of the time, the guys with 20 to go, they start moving forward, and 10 to go, that's when they got the hammer down and they're not lifting, So, and he just kind of reminds me of that type of driver. He's a good driver. I've watched him a lot, and he's patient and tries to keep it as clean as he can. Sometimes he gets caught up in other people's crap, but he's a pretty patient guy, and that's what it's going to take here is patience. That this track is really wicked loose. Even with a good setup, it's pretty wicked loose.
It's like Michael Sweeney sitting on the pole right now with the 855.
Yeah, lateral there. Oh, there's Dave Swindell rolling in second. Haven't seen Travis lay down a lap yet, though. He does that.
Yeah, Travis he's got the outlook that I do. He waits until the quick guys get up there and run a lap, then he knows what he's got to run for.
Yeah, it's that psych thing. I don't. I just get out there and run a lap. I don't care what anybody else can run.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm going to go out there and run it as hard as I can, get my lap fine. If I don't, then oh well.
100 laps here tonight. Wow, that's a good amount of laps for a 1.5 mile track, and this actually is a pretty good track. It was one of my first tracks that I ran in iRacing when I joined, and I don't know, maybe it was my graphics card or something. The track didn't look like this when I first joined it. It just, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, they did do a rescan of this piece probably 8-9 months or so ago, and it was in one of the previous builds here. Mm-hmm. So that's probably got something to do with it as well, because I've noticed we haven't ran it since probably been about a year and a half now, and it looks different to me.
Yeah, it's then it just, I don't know, it kind of looked like almost it almost looked like it had 3 straightaways on it. I remember that. It looked like coming out of 4, it was like a whole nother straightaway. But right. It's just not like that. It's It's a tri-oval, you know, like a lot of them, you know. Well, there's Travis Townsend coming in. 1/1000th of a second. Oh, really? I got him 1/1000th of a second difference.
I'm showing them both at a 30.855.
Wow. See, and I got Travis's at 8:56. But iRacing shows it different than my overlay does. Right? Maybe that's why they just rolled him in as an 8:56 to put him in second. I don't know. But Dave Swindell, man, where did that lap come from? Wow, that's smoking. And there's my buddy Derek Cormier going to be right up there in fourth.
Yeah, I heard some of the guys over talking as far as the practice races that they ran that Swindell was one that was pretty quick. So it'd be good to see what he can do starting up front.
Yeah.
See if he can get out of that bad luck spell and be able to stay up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does always seem to get caught up in the crap, you know, and he gets taken out of the race or something. And yeah, I kind of feel bad for Dave sometimes. We got two of the Hevrons right there, 8th and 9th.
It's like I'm here and we got a couple of people having problems of it recording their lap. It's like Alcina in the 85 is going to have to start back towards the back of the field. He's going to end up starting 28th, and I know he had a good qualifying setup and everything, so I don't know. Maybe there's a little problem going on with iRacing right now.
That's highly possible. All right, let's run down the grid here real quick. Michael Sweeney going to be on the pole here in the number 69. Travis Townsend starting on the outside. And yeah, you're right. They did have identical times, 8:55s. Dave Swindell starting third in the number 1. Derek Cormier in the 4th position in the 03. Got my number. And Earl Lateral in the number 12 starting 5th. Gary Lowe in the number 38 starting 6th. In 7th, the 73 of Pete Sweeney. In 8th, the 22 of Doug Hevron. In 9th, the 66 of Tom Hevron. In 10th, the number 40 of Michael Vandish. Oh, that's a new one. I haven't seen him. Starting in the 11th spot here, the number 44 of David Bowden. In 12th, the number 56 of Joe Fisher. In 13th, the number 3 of Aaron Reeder. In 14th, the 99 of L.G. Whaley. In 15th, the 91 of Kevin Baker. In 16th, the number 4 of Robert Felzine. In 17th, Matt Smith starting in the 07. In 18th, the number 28 of Alan McEwen. In 19th, the 54 of Kirk Fielder. In 20th, the 84 of Gerald Carroll. In 21st, the 13 of Frank G. And, well, we got to skip over Tommy. In 20, we'll just go back through the field here. 23rd, the number 8 of R.W. Ziegler. In 24th, Michael Martin in the 77. In 25th, the number 81 of Tom Hevron Sr. And we got to skip over me. In 27th here, the 31 of J. Paul Jones. 28th is the 85 of Alcina. 29th is the number 60 of Gerald Livingston. In 30th, the 08 of Kevin Wilkinson. In 31st, the number 52 of Brent Lai. Is it Lay or Lai?
Your guess is as good as mine, Rudy.
I think it's Lay. Anyhow, 32nd, the 86 of Lloyd Jones. 33rd, the 65 of Eddie Asaf. And starting at the rear of the field, Ray Buchanan in the number 50. All right, we'll get back up here to our leader, Michael Sweeney, going to bring him around, and we're going to be getting this thing underway here. Pace car ducks off. Green flag. Here we go. We're off and running here for 100 laps. Well, looks like Sweeney's starting to pull away a little bit. Gonna slide it up across the front bumper. And Travis Townsend. Ain't it? Yeah. I get it.
Oh, one spinning going into 3.
Okay, we got the number 40 and the 44 getting together. The 38 getting into that. The 3, Aaron Reeder. Oh my, we got a bunch of them tore up on this. They're all the way across the track, Tommy.
It looks like Gary Lowe got hooked on the wall going down through there and got right to where the safer barrier starts, and it bounced him back off right in front of everybody.
Let's go here to Gary Lowe, and we're going to watch this in instant replay here. So far, so good. But where was that? Like in turn 3 or something? Or well, no, right there.
Yep,
it is.
turn 3.
Yeah, he was in the wall and couldn't get off of the wall. And it looks like a couple guys did get by him, and he comes right down. Trying to pull it off that wall can be a real pain, you know. You almost got to just like turn the thing to the left to get it off of the wall. So, all right, well. Looks like he is going to be having to do a tow to pit road. So Michael Sweeney's still leading him around here. Caution out on lap 1. I hope that's not a bad trend.
Yep, I hope so.
It was just one of them things. I think that it just went up and got. Once that thing attaches to the wall, it's like a magnet. It just sticks right there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be all right, be able to keep it up at everybody, and he kept it on the wall as everybody was going low, and then it just got right to where the safer barrier starts in the corner, and it just kicked him out, and when it kicked, it just shot him right down into, I think, the 40 of David Bowden. Or I'm sorry, the 44 of David Bowden.
Yeah. Well, everybody in the back part of the field looks like they have pitted from 21st on back. They've pitted, and probably not a bad call. Get in there and get some fresh tires on that thing. Look like Gary Lowe not on the track. May have taken his car behind pit wall already. Robert Falzine, Eddie Asaf, Aaron Reeder, these guys already a lap or 2 down.
Yeah, it looks like Gary Lowe's come back out on the track. Looks like he didn't quite beat the pace car out, so he's going to have to sit there and wait on everybody to go by, so he's going to be... I think he's going to be 2 laps down still.
R.W. Ziegler going a lap down already, too. Dang. That's kind of a bummer for these guys. You know, they get out there and already, 4 laps into the race and you're already a lap down. That makes for a long day trying to get caught back up here.
Yep.
Of course, wouldn't RW be the way by, or?
Nope, there is no way by.
Oh, no way by. Okay.
All right, Rudy. Looks like we're 1 to green. Gonna double them back up.
Alrighty, here we go.
Re-rack them and try it again.
Let's see if Travis has got anything for Sweeney on this restart.
Say Alcina's already picked up 10 positions with that little accident, being able to wiggle his way through.
Kevin Baker pitted kind of late there, and he's gone clear back to the 24th position now. So everybody from 17th on back has pitted. So that could be a good thing. All right, pace car rolling in. Michael Sweeney leading them down nice and easy here. Green flag, here we go. Travis ducks it right in behind Michael Sweeney. And looking right there on the inside also, Dave Swindell. Looks like he might have a little bit of a challenge on the outside by Earl Lateral. Earl actually has the preferred line around here on the outside like that. Him and Dave still side by side. Now Dave Swindell does clear him. Pete Sweeney in the 5th spot here. We're riding along with him, looking ahead to Earl Lateral right there. And those guys, Pete kind of going a little high, and it looks like the 22 of Doug Hevron does get by him. But he left the door open as he come out of going into 3, kind of slipped up the hill. And that doesn't take much. And Derek Cormier on the inside of him also. So, man, I'm telling you, these guys are really holding the low line well. He's just up 1 lane. LG Whaley now on the inside of him. So he has lost quite a few positions here. Falls all the way back to 8th position. Whaley moves into 6th. Derek Cormier, 7th. Derek Cormier 6th. Doug Hevron 5th. Earl Lateral still in 4th. Dave Swindell in 3rd. And Travis Townsend still trying to run down Michael Sweeney as they take lap number 11. Guys will get spread out a little bit now, Tommy, and we'll have a good race out of this. What do you think the fall off's going to be on some of these tires? Maybe 20 laps, they might start feeling a little bit of fall off on them.
This place is hard on tires. You about start feeling it after about 5 laps.
Really?
Looks like everything back here pretty much all well in single file till you get back about the 18th, 19th position. Then they're kind of running kind of racy back here, but it looks like everybody's just kind of single filed out trying to get in the groove and run and turn some laps.
Yeah, and it's they're side by side back here. It looks like the 56 of Joe Fisher gonna pass up Alan McEwen to put Alan back another spot. So pretty good racing back here. Now Gary Lowe, I was looking here just a minute ago. Gary Lowe, gotta find him, running in the dead last position. Does that? Actually running in the 32nd position. He's a couple laps down, but behind him we've got a couple cars that are still on the lead lap trucks. Excuse me. All right, so let's get back up here to the front. Travis Townsend not letting Sweeney get out too far, staying right on his back bumper. What do you think? What's the aero push on that? Is there a lot of aero left on? You know, he's right on the bumper of Sweeney. Is that going to make Sweeney loose?
Really depends on the setup, Rudy. I've seen some of them to where it makes you loose. I've seen some to where it makes you even tighter. So it really depends on what kind of setup they got in that truck of Sweeney's before you can actually tell.
Yeah. Well, he must have a killer setup in there to be holding that like he's holding that line, and knowing Travis is right on his tail like that, he's got to be taking air off of the back of that truck.
Yeah, we said Al Cena's made another pass to move up to, I believe, the 11th position. He's on the way, he's marching his way up to the front. And of course, he's back here in traffic. He's only running about a tenth of a second off of what the leaders are running. They're up there drafting, not incurring any kind of traffic. So I believe Al's going to be a real big one to watch here when this thing gets down closer to the end if he can keep the thing clean.
Yeah, he has definitely moved up. Yeah, clear up to the 11th spot. Michael Martin now is back in 14th. He's lost quite a few positions after that restart. I was kind of watching him there for a minute, and he just kind of kept falling back and falling back. Joe Fisher fell back one position, back to the 17th now. Tom Hevron Sr. up to 16th.
Al Cena picks up another position to move him into the top 10. I've been watching him these last couple laps, Rudy, and he is a man on a mission.
Well, quite
Looks
a way.
like he's just... Sorry, Rudy, go ahead.
Go ahead. Quite a ways back to him from 9th now. Is Pete Sweeney here is, well, he's about 1.3 seconds ahead of Al Cena right at the moment, you know. But getting back up here to some of these guys up in the front now. These guys, it looks like Derek Cormier has lost a couple of places. Well, he's lost one place. As it looks like Tommy Hevron looking to the inside now of LG Whaley. As Tommy Hevron's on the move, and he's really clicking off a guy here and there, but that's what it takes. Be patient, click off one at a time. You know, it's like we always say, race the track. You know, the first half of the race the track, and the second half of the race the people. Got to get those laps clicked down, you know, to get down there when you're within striking distance. Save your truck and just, you know, get the laps clicked off so you're not bringing out a bunch of cautions or get your truck damaged. You got to use your pit, you know, and keep this thing clean all the way.
Yep, that's a big 10-4 on that. You know, I was watching this back to the Al Cena deal. 2 laps ago, he was 1.3 seconds back. Now, within 2 laps, he's already knocked a half a second off of it from what it is to the ninth place truck of Pete Sweeney. So he's on his way up to the front, that's for sure.
Yes, he is. Still 4.1 seconds behind our leaders, but yeah, he's definitely catching up to Pete Sweeney. Well, he must have a really good setup in that truck to be running that well.
Al's always been tough here. No matter how many times we've been here or what the conditions have been, he's always been tough here, which Al's tough anywhere we go, just whenever he can make it to be able to run with us.
Now Derek Cormier did get back by LG Whaley and moved back up into the 7th position. But LG Whaley right there on his tail.
And boys better hurry up and get single file and get to pulling away a little bit, because they're allowing Pete Sweeney to start to catch up to him a little bit, and then Alcina's catching up to him. So it's fixing to be a 5-way battle for the just like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th position.
Now Tommy Hebron running in the 6th spot here, about 2.8 seconds behind our leader, Earl Lateral, still hanging on 1.1 seconds back. But the one that gets me now is Doug Hebron did get by Dave Swindell. So Doug Hebron in the 3rd position. And he's trying to get back up here. He wants to get up and battle with these guys up here, Travis Townsend and Michael Sweeney.
Looks like the handle's starting to go away on the 99 LG Wave. It looks like that thing's trying to push a little bit for him.
Yeah, he's going to have I bet she's got a mirror full of Alcina right now.
He's catching him. He's within about 2 or 3 tenths of a second of him, so it should be getting pretty heated here in a minute.
All right, next time by, going to be taking lap 27 out of 100 already. These guys already throwing down some. Now they've kind of gotten things settled out. Now, and everybody's kind of single file, and they're picking off one at a time. And that's what it's going to take here to try to keep this thing green. LG Whaley's still running in the 8th spot. He's still hanging in there pretty good. Derek Cormier 7th. Tommy Hebron in 6th place. Earl Lateral still 5th. Dave Swindell kind of drifting off a little bit here. He's fallen back just a little. He did lose that 1 position. And look at this here. We've got a 3-way battle for the lead up here, as Doug Hebron has reeled in these front 2, and man, is he putting the pressure on Travis. And it looked like Michael Sweeney might have hit the wall right there. Coming out of 2. He's definitely running a little bit higher line coming off the turns than Travis and Doug. And they're already catching up to lap traffic here. And we're going to have to see how this is going to play into these 3 leaders come up on this lap. Let's see, that's the lap truck of the 31 of J. Paul Jones. So J. Paul Jones going a lap down. That's 7 trucks that are 1 or more laps down now. And we're only 30 laps into the race. And they're catching up to the next one here, I believe, is I believe that's Lloyd Jones running right ahead of the leaders here.
Alcina done picked up another position, got past LG Whaley to move up into the 8th position.
Some really good battles going on, and that's what these guys are doing now. It's either getting settled in and starting to click off one person at a time. That's what they're going to have to do.
So Al and Derek had to split the lap car, I believe. Lloyd Jones there allowed Al to be able to get under Derek in 3. Looks like he's going to complete the pass on the front stretch. So move Al up to the 7th position now.
Yeah, quite a battle going on here. Let's see, that would be for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Seventh, 8th, and 9th, I believe it is.
So Al's going to try to get under the 66 of Tommy Hebring going into turn 1, and he completes the pass.
Wow.
That moves Al up to the 6th position.
That was good to see, man. That was a nice pass right there. So Alcina moving into 6th, coming around here. And they're taking lap 34, lap 34 already. So we're over a third of the way through the race. Do you know what the pit window is here when we can start looking for guys to come down pit road, Tom?
I think it's somewhere around the lap 50 ranges, if I remember correctly.
Wow, that's quite a ways out there. I didn't realize it was that far. That's good. You think they can make it a 1 pit stop?
I think they can, but if we have caution closer to the end, then of course I expect to see everybody come in and at least take some tires, because this track is just like Kansas was last week. It's real hard on tires.
Yeah. All right, Earl Lateral still running 5th, Dave Swindell 4th, and we've still got a tight 3-way battle up in the front here. These guys just nose to tail, staying in each other's draft. I am so surprised at how Doug has reeled these guys up. So definitely he's faster than them. Whether he can find a line to try to get by Travis here, roll into the 2nd spot, I don't know. That remains to be seen. Travis is pretty fast, but
I think the front 3 are going to ride just like they are, at least till the pit stops. But after the pit stops, then they better be ready to start making some moves, because if we have a caution, that's going to allow everybody to tighten the field back up, and that's going to put the 85 Al Center right back in this thing, because he's closing up now on Earl Latrell, about a half a second back from him as they go off into turn 1.
Boy, he sure is coming, ain't he?
Like to have the setup that's in that truck, that's for sure.
Yeah. That thing must...
But y'all know I probably couldn't drive it anyway, so I'd probably need him to drive it too.
Yeah, he's coming up on Earl Lateral real fast here.
Like the 99 LG Whaley's going to make the pass on Derek Cormier to move up into 8th position.
Let's go back. Was kind of wanting to go back and check on Joe Fisher back here. Joe Fisher running in the 18th spot, and nobody around him right at the minute. Don't have anybody to draft with, so that's kind of unfortunate for him. He's just kind of just riding it out right now, running 16.5 seconds behind our leader. Front 3 still battling it out, nose to tail, and Michael Sweeney has led every lap so far. Nobody else has led a lap. He led 39 laps. So I'd like to have his set up, Tommy.
Yeah, if it was a pick, I'd either have his or Al's, and I think I'd have to go with Al's because Al's he's moved into 5th position now, closed in within about 5 or 6 truck lengths on the number 1 of Dave Swindell as they go off into turn 1. Looks like he's about 3/10 back from him, so he's going to be up there and be able to pick up that 4th spot here in a minute. And them lead guys, they better watch out. They better not be looking back, and they better be driving hard.
Looks like Al looking to the inside here going into turn 3. Does have a run on Dave Swindell. Going to roll into, that's going to put him up into the 4th position.
Yeah, I think I want Al set up.
Yeah, he's definitely hooked up tonight.
He's passed 14 since the green flag dropped in the beginning. Got through that wreck, picked up to the 12th position, I believe. He pitted, came in, got some tires. He had to go through the grass to avoid that wreck. And ever since then, he's just been coming right up through the field.
Yeah, he started on the field 28th, and here he is running 4th. That's pretty amazing. That's a killer setup right there. I want it.
Yep. We got a pretty good battle here for the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th position. You got LG Whaley, Tommy Hevron, Earl Adderall, and Derek Cormier all battling right here. It's like LG's been able to squirt out ahead of him a little bit.
Yeah, that's good for him. He kind of fell off a little bit there and got passed by Derek Cormier and Hevron, but now he's gotten back by them and he is pulling away from them guys. I wonder maybe if he's found something that, a different line or he's found something maybe. He's running really good now. Yeah, it's a pretty tight battle going on back here for, what is that, 7th, 8th, and 9th now.
Yes, sir.
And we have a new leader out front, Travis Townsend, in the lead. So not sure exactly what happened there to Sweeney going back to 3rd as Travis Townsend and Doug Hevron both got by Sweeney. So the good 3-way battle now is turned into kind of like about a 2.5-way battle because Sweeney's having trouble hanging on to him. Now they're coming up on a bunch of lap traffic, and could be a game changer right here because they got a lot of trucks to contend with right now.
Yeah, Rudy, I went back and took a look at that. Looked like just the 83 of Travis Townsend got an excellent run coming through 1 and 2 on the lap 42 and was able just to turn under him when they come out of 2 on the back stretch and was just able to complete the pass and brought the 22 of Doug Hevron with him.
Well, that's pretty cool. So Sweeney kind of losing a little bit of ground to Travis Townsend and Doug Hevron now. They're kind of distancing themselves a little. They're kind of spread out a little bit. And I think they're probably already starting to plan on pit stops here before too many more laps. And we're going to kind of stay with these leaders to see when they're going to come down pit road. Alcina has been on pit road once. That was way back.
Yeah, I think he pitted on like lap 2 or 3 in that first caution, man.
And here he is running in the 4th spot. Man, I'm telling you, that's pretty good. Pete Sweeney gets by Derek Cormier now. So Derek Cormier going back, my pick. I was kind of really rooting for Derek, but get out here, get on some fresh tires. Maybe he just needs to make an adjustment in the pit or something and get that thing back up to the front now. All right, this time by going to take lap 50, so we'll be at the halfway mark. So we should see these guys come down pit road anytime now. had that caution on lap 1 and have not. It's been green the whole rest of the way. Now Travis trying to lose that draft of Doug Hevron, kind of being a little squirrely down through the backstretch, saying, oh, Doug Hevron coming on pit road. Let's stay with Doug here and see what his strategies are. I'm sure he's going to do a 4-tire change.
It's like your leader, Travis Townsend, is going to be on pit road this time by as well.
All right, we'll go back to him here in just a minute. Let's see.
Correction, the front two, Michael Sweeney and Travis.
Okay, right side tire's going on. Left side tire's going on. Full tank of fuel. And Doug's away. All right, and now we're on Travis here, coming down pit road.
Travis was awful close to speeding right there. If he didn't get caught, he got real lucky.
These guys are all taking 4 tires. Derek Cormier on pit road as well.
Rudy, I just got informed that the 83 of Travis Townsend was caught speeding entering pit road.
Oh my. Well, there you have it right there, because like I always say,
could be in the pit road, Rudy.
These races can be won and lost on pit road, and that just cost him big time. That just cost him big time right there. Alcina now coming down pit road. Did get to lead a couple of laps.
It's like the 66 of Tommy Hevron come in just a little too hot off that banking and just looped it around right on the entrance to pit road.
Oh, man. A lot of mistakes are being made on pit road here. Alcina was very smooth. That's going to make our leader now. Michael Vandish is going to be our new leader.
Dave Swindell's on pit road. Gerald Carroll is going to move up into 2nd position, followed by Gerald Livingston, Matt Smith, let's see, Kevin Wilkinson, Kevin Baker, and I think, let's see, Al's just now coming off of pit road. Let's see where, actually, Doug just passed him on the track, so that's going to put him behind back there a little bit.
Michael Vandish on pit road now. No, I guess he ain't on pit road. Okay. I'm on the wrong one here, sorry. No, he's still out here leading. But hey, he's led a couple laps, so, you know, it's a lot of different people playing some different strategies, maybe staying out a little bit longer. These guys were in the back of the field and had pitted on that first caution, so may be able to get a couple more laps out of these trucks. But boy, he's really stretching it. He should be coming down pit road anytime now. And it looks like Doug Hevron going to be in the 4th spot, Michael Sweeney 5th, Alcina in 6th. And it looks like Michael Vandish, he almost slides past pit road. Good save. Wow, that was amazing there. He had to lock him up to get on pit road. The number 4 of Robert Felsing coming down with him. Kevin Baker on pit road. Kevin Baker got a little bit of tailgate damage on that truck. The right rear corner's mangled in a little bit, but he should get a reset and be back out there and be fine. So a lot of different strategies going on by these guys. But right now, up front, Doug Hevron leading. He's going to be our new leader, so he does get to finally lead a lap here. Good job for Doug.
looks like he's going to be your leader. Sweeney second, Cena third, Swindell fourth, LG Whaley fifth, Trail sixth, Cormier seventh, and then that's still trying to cycle itself out back through here.
Pete Sweeney looks like he's eighth right at the moment. Travis Townsend back to ninth.
That's a tough break for Townsend.
Yes, it is. Well, you know, you try to get every bit out of a pit stop you can, and sometimes it'll bite you. And looks like a bit Travis Townsend today. And I'm sure Doug Hevron, he's probably thinking to himself, yes, you know, this worked out in my favor, because he come out ahead of Michael Sweeney, which he's actually 3.3 seconds, almost 3.5 seconds actually, back behind our leader Doug Hevron. So if this thing stays green the rest of the way and nobody gets up here and challenges Doug Hevron, it could be just drive it to the end, drive it to the win for Doug Hevron today. Oh, and
we got a caution.
And that's not what Doug wanted to see, I'm sure. It looks like we got a couple of guys got into it. Robert Felzine. Let's go back here and watch this.
Looks like it was the 50 of Ray Bachman is the one. He was a couple laps down, about 5 laps down, as Robert Felzine was coming out of turn 4. Looked like Robert had a good run, went to pass him on the top side, and looked like the 50 of Ray Bachman just kind of come up into him a little bit.
Yeah, I got him here on instant replay. Yeah, it looks like he just kind of, I don't know if he was going up the hill trying to save it or what. But, oh man, that's pretty unfortunate for Robert Felzine. He just kind of like innocently coming around there and had to run on that outside and nowhere to go. He was either hit him or hit the wall. But that was really a good save for Robert because he kept that off of the wall. But, oh, not sure if he's going to keep it out of everybody else's way. All right. Well, looks like he didn't really get any damage on that thing. That's the important part. Our leader on pit road, Doug Hevron. And that's going to relinquish, no, I take that back. He won't relinquish nothing. Doug Hevron putting 4 tires on, full tank of fuel, topping up. Now you can make it to the end from here. So we're going to have to see how this is going to cycle out because I'm showing, well, we're going to have to wait because it's like we've got guys on pit road and all kinds of stuff here, so it's really kind of messing it all up. But so far, Tommy, we've only had 2 guys take their trucks behind pit wall, Eddie Asaf and Ray Buchanan. Or Bachman. I'll get that right. I need my glasses, I changed or something here, I think. But it looks like Doug Hevron's going to come out 5th. Up to the front here, I'm showing Gerald.
It's like trap. Who are you looking at there, Rudy?
Do what?
Who are you looking at?
The leader was Gerald Carroll. Is our leader.
Believe you're correct.
Yes,
yep,
sir.
Looks like Gerald's going to be the leader.
Very good.
See what kind of monkey wrench it's going to throw in on everybody because it's going to put Doug restarting in the 4th position back here with new tires with Sweeney and Cena, Swindell, Whaley, Luttrell, Cormier, and then Townsend's going to be starting 11th. He got real lucky with that caution coming out. Let's just see if he can get back up through there without burning everything up.
We got a bunch of lap down trucks ahead of Carroll here that are going to at least get one of their laps back. Robert Felzine, Gary Lowe. We've got a bunch of them up here, so some of these guys are going to get their lap back. Tommy Hevron, Lloyd Jones.
I believe the 52 of Brent Lee is going to get the lucky dog wave by.
Aaron Reeder. Aaron Reeder will be at the tail end of the lead lap, but at least he'll be back on the lap, lead lap again. Because we had a bunch of them that were a lap down or more,
Yep.
So this time by is going to be taking lap 64. So 35 to go, or 36 to go, 36 more laps around this mile-and-a-half track.
It's like they're going to double them up this time by here, so we could be going back to green next time.
That just put a whole bunch of guys back on the lead lap now, so we're back down to where we only got about 6 guys that are going to be maybe a lap down or more. That's a lot better. We had about, I think we had about 11, and now we're going to be down to about 6. All right, Gerald Carroll leads them down, coming down the backstretch. Lights are off on the pace car, and we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here once again. All right, pace car takes that hard left turn down pit road. Gerald holds him back. Green, green, green. Number 40 of Michael Vandish trying to hang on that outside, but he's got a mirror full of Doug Hevron. Doug Hevron wants to get down to that low line, but can't quite get down there. Now there's almost 3 wide going down the backstretch. Look at this, Tommy. Oh my God, somebody's got to give going into the turn.
Yeah, that was scary right there.
Doug Hevron almost caught the back.
Reckoning 4.
Looks like Earl Lateral getting into that, and a bunch of them getting into it after that. Oh my. Okay, let's go back here to Earl and watch this.
Looks like they went off into turn 3, and I believe it was the 60 of Gerald Livingston got off in the corner and had to check up a little bit, and that was just a chain reaction. Just kind of stacked everybody up behind them.
Oh, and Earl he got into the back of Dave Swindell, but Dave saved it.
Yep, and then I think Travis got into the back of Earl pretty hard there.
Yeah. Oh boy. This tore up a bunch of good trucks. The number 54 got into it. Oh man. Poor Earl Lateral, man. He got like double whammied. All right, so Gerald Carroll still leading here on lap 67. Now, this is kind of unfortunate that, we've seen this because, like we say, cautions breed cautions. This is already caution number 3. And we'd went that long green flag run, Tommy, that went from, they went from lap 5 clear to what was it, 55 or something when the next caution come out. So they went 50
I believe that's
laps.
right.
They went 50 green flag laps, and now here we are, back-to-back cautions. But that
was almost expected there with the tire strategy that was going on. You had a couple guys out front that was not on complete fresh tires, had a couple laps on them. Yeah. But then you had guys out there on completely fresh tires, and I was hoping it was going to be able to just work its way on through, but didn't get lucky enough.
And it looks like the 44 of David Bowden may have taken his car behind pit wall now, as we're back up to, looks like about maybe 7 trucks going to be a lap down or more now.
Let me know. Sorry, read your own button.
Well, it looks like we're probably going to get the green flag here with about 30 to go. And I think fuel is not an option now. You don't, we can take that out of the equation because they're good on fuel the rest of the way. And now it's just these guys up front here just managing their tires. But Gerald Livingston there running in the third was kind of, he come from way back, started in the 29th position, and here he is running into third place. So good job by him. We'll just kind of roll back through the field here a little bit. Doug Hevron going to be restarting 4th, Al Cena 5th, Michael Sweeney 6th, LG Whaley 7th, Dave Swindell 8th. He got that little bit of damage on the back right corner, because everybody's starting to double back up now. Got that damage on there, and that was from, I think that was when he got tapped in the rear there by Earl Lateral, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to affect him or not, but we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, it could affect his speed, getting up to top speed.
Theoretically, in normal life terms, with that spoiler being knocked up in the air like that, it's going to put more on the right rear of it, which is going to make the truck tighter. But like I said, that's real world stuff versus the game, so we don't know exactly how it's going to react here.
He's going to be restarting on the outside, so we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on him and see how that is going to affect him. See if he starts going backwards quick.
Travis Townsend's got a pretty good bit of damage on the back of his truck as well.
And Travis back up to the, I believe, the 10th position now. 9th or 10th. All right, pace car ducks off. Gerald brings him to the line. And green flag. Michael Vandish got a pretty good run on that high side that time, but I don't think it's going to be strong enough. Doug Hebron does manage to get down to the low line, and it looks like they're going to leave Michael Vandish on that high side to kind of fend for himself up there. Now Doug Hebron looking on the inside again, going into turn 3, wanting to get that lead back, and it looks like he's got the run if he can hold it. Not this time.
Carroll's going to lead that one.
Boy, he is strong up there, isn't he, Tommy?
Yes, he is.
Man, I'm telling you, he must have a really good set. Oh, we got one up the hill. And I believe that was Gerald Livingston went up the hill, and he lost a bunch of positions. He's clear back to the 11th place now. 13th. Excuse me, he's fallen clear back to the 13th spot now. And these two side by side up front here, Doug Hevron and Gerald Carroll.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the 84 Gerald up there. He hadn't pitted. He pitted, I think, had about 2 or 3 laps on his tires before that first caution came out right there. So for him to be able to stay up there and hang, especially on the outside up there, it's kind of shocking though. With we hadn't really talked about him all day.
And And it looks like Doug Hebron is going to take over that lead. And Gerald's going to get hung up on that outside. These guys could possibly...
Oh, I hear a wreck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, looks like Joe Fisher caught up into this. We'll go back here in a minute and take a look at that.
Oh, big. Looks like the 73, I believe.
Yeah.
Of Pete Sweeney.
He was way down off of the track. So let's go back and take a look from Pete Sweeney here and see exactly what happened to him.
He tried to take that little shortcut down there on the apron and got loose. Fought it to the left and it come back up the track right in front of everybody.
Yeah, I'm down here watching him. Yeah, he's trying to keep it down low, and boy, we know what happens there, Tommy. If you can't come back up on the track, which he couldn't because the 13 was right there, and he does bring it back up on... He has no control over it right now, and it comes right up in front of everybody. Oh, my. Aaron Reeder into it. Oh, man. He tore up a few trucks there.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking at this there, Rudy, and I don't know what happened to the 85 of Al Senna, but he's taking his truck behind the wall.
Oh, man. And he was running in the 4th spot when that happened.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what the heck is going on? Can you find out for us, Tommy?
Looks like it might have been a mechanical failure. Looks like whenever the caution came out, he hit the apron. Didn't sound like the truck was still running, so could have had a mechanical failure.
Oh, man. Yeah, him and Kevin Wilkinson there, the 08, which got caught up in that wreck. Looks like he is taking his truck behind pit wall, too. All right, so a little bit of a shake-up now. These guys all get back underway here, and we're down to now 25 laps to go when they cross the line. But Gerald really being strong out there. Man, I'm telling you, he is... Doug Hebron just has not been able to get by him, and it looks like Doug is clear back to the 8th position.
I believe we had a little bit of tire strategy on this one. Looks like the 99 LG Whaley came in, and I believe he just took 2 tires.
Yeah.
No, he took fuel only. That's all he took, it looks like. That's a new one.
Yeah, well, a lot of these guys have, let's see, LG Whaley. Yeah, that must be, because he only had a 5.6 second pit stop.
I never seen the truck raise up, so
yeah.
Looks like he took fuel only. Doug's going to be sitting out there on 4. Basically from Doug on back, looks like they took 4.
And Doug's going to be restarting 8th. And we'll see if he can get up here and mount a challenge on Gerald. Gerald has only pitted 1 time today. He has only been on pit road 1 time, where everybody else has been down pit road. Michael Vandish has been down 3 times. Michael Sweeney's been down twice. Frank G twice. Kevin Baker 3 times.
How many times has Travis Townsend been on pit road?
3 times.
10-4. Looks like they're doubling up, going to be coming to the green flag this time.
Yes, sir.
I'm really anxious to see what LG's thinking was on this fuel-only stop.
Yeah, well, if he's stopped twice now, or I'm sorry, LG's stopped 3 times, but 2 times he took tires. He may be all right because our leader has only taken tires once. We're going to have to see how this is going to work out for Gerald out there. He's got older tires than everybody behind him.
Yeah, I still say with this track, as hard as it is on them, I want 4 every time I can get them.
Yeah, me too. Yep, every time I go on pit road, I want 4 tires.
I ought to just start pitting and not taking tires, so that way whenever I wreck or where I screw up and wreck and I hit the wall, then that's my excuse. I was on worn out tires.
That's right. That's a good point. All right, pace car getting ready to duck off. Gerald bringing him to the line. Green flag. Hopefully this will be the last. That was the last caution. Boy, Travis
stuck up on the start there.
Wow, Travis Townsend going way down low, trying to get by somebody, and it don't look like it worked.
Yeah, I think the night on that start and stacked everybody up. Looks like Travis has got a pretty good bit of front end damage, along with LG having some good rear end damage. Oh, we got a spin.
Michael Sweeney now bidding for the lead, and it looks like when we
spin in four.
But no caution yet. Michael Sweeney taking over the lead. For a pole setter back out front now. Kevin Baker, boy, he lost out. Oh, there's a caution. Looked like maybe somebody trying to get back up there, and let's see, Matt Smith.
I believe that's who it was.
Let's go back and take a look here and see what happened. Looked like a bunch of guys went clear down across the grass there, and Matt, they were going to come up here and go 3 wide. He dove it clear down to the inside. And he tried to keep it off of somebody, got loose, and just went up into the wall all by himself. Never hit anybody else. That's kind of unfortunate for him. I mean, he didn't hit anybody, so did tap the wall, though, pretty good. That right rear hit the wall a little bit, so we'll have to see how that's going to hold up for him. But getting back up here to our leader, we have the new leader, our pole sitter, back up front, Tommy. Can he take the pole and win it too? Wow. We're going to have to keep an eye on this here. Now, he's out there on them fresh tires. And we've seen Gerald, he's still hanging in there in second right now on them old tires and still has not come down pit road. Like Gary Lowe may have taken his truck behind pit wall too. So it shows that there's 27 trucks out on the track right now left in this race. And here we are when they cross the line. We're going to have 19 to go. We'll probably get the green with about 17 to go.
Grady, it looks like we've still got, when Lloyd gets back around here and gets his wave, and we're going to have 23 on the lead lap.
Oh, that's great. Good to see that. 27 trucks back out on the track, and 23 of them to be on the lead lap. That's pretty good. It's been a lot better race than I figured it would be, 'cause I just know Chicagoland. It's a tough race. This does make the fifth caution of the day, but we've had 11 lead changes so far. At a race last night, there was 44 lead changes in it.
Good Lord, where were they racing at?
Talladega.
Oh, well, that's explanatory then.
101 laps they ran. There were 44 lead changes. It was crazy. I think they only had 4 cautions in the race, so that was pretty good. For 101 laps at Talladega, that's pretty good. All right, they're all doubling back up. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. And when they cross the line, they're going to have 17 laps to finish this thing out. And hopefully, Tommy, they'll stay green now. Looking at LG Whaley's truck here, boy, does he have a lot of rear damage on the right rear of that truck. Man, I don't know how he got.
Yeah, it looks like he got, I think he got drilled from behind a while ago. Looks like whenever that incident happened, looks like the 83 of Travis Townsend got into the back of him in 3, the one that didn't cause the caution.
Well, Travis back up to the 7th place, so we're going to have to see if he might try to get a jump here after they cross the line, and maybe him and Doug Hebron might get themselves back up to the front. I think I'd
like to see them two get back up there, but Travis has got a pretty good bit of front end damage where he hit LG in the back.
Pace car's off. Green flag.
It's like the 84 Gerald Carroll might have missed a shift right there on the start. He's going to drop back, looks like to the 4th, maybe 5th position.
And it looks like Frank G may have done that too, and Kirk Fielder must have missed a shift. So Travis Townsend and Doug Hebron did get a run, and look at them now. And we've got the number 40 there. Michael Vandish took a peek on the inside, but can't get a run. Doug Hebron dropping it way down below the white line. Brings it back up on safely. Man, I don't know how he did that. Right in front of Travis Townsend. Now Travis taking a peek on the inside of Doug Hebron. Going into turn 3. It looks like he might be able to make that pass stick. Coming to the line, it looks like Travis is going to beat Doug to the line that time.
Beat him by 1/1000th of a second to the line.
No doubt. But he does get by him and slides it up in front of him. Now see if Doug might be able to get a run on him, because he kind of did the crossover maneuver on him. And those two battling going into 3. It looks like Doug may have him by a fender. And coming down across the front stretch, and it looks like Doug's gonna beat Travis to the line that time. So those two really battling hard there for that 3rd position. Side by side coming out of the turns. And the whole time the leader's checking out on these guys. Sweeney's loving this side-by-side back in his mirror, and this is really showing these guys are racing hard back there, but he's loving every second of that.
Oh, caution's out.
Caution's out again. All right, go back. Dave Swindell into it. Oh my, what happened to Dave? Let's go back here and take a look at it.
Looked like it might have been just a little bit of net code there. Him and Pete Sweeney, as they come out of turn 4, looks like Pete just comes down to try to get down there and get some side draft off of him, and a little bit of net code turns Swindell up into the wall.
Oh yeah, looked like it made him loose, but then he did tap him. Oh man, poor Dave Swindell up on his roof. That was not good.
See, that's the same stuff I was talking about with Swindell. He has the worst luck at these tracks.
He sure does. Well, our leader didn't want to see that because he was checking out a little bit, but that's the life of big-time sim racing, guys. Yeah, I hate it for Dave. He always does seem to get caught up in the crap, don't he?
Yeah, it looks like Dave Swindell took his behind the wall.
Michael Sweeney gave him the old fake job going down pit road. 12 laps to go. I surely would not even think about coming down pit road. I wouldn't care if I had tires there was no tread left on them. They were bald. No,
yeah, because it doesn't look like anybody pitted on that one.
Not that they have tread on them, but
a 91 of Kevin Baker looks like he's down pit road. 81 of Tom Hevron's down on pit road. And the 73 of Pete Sweeney's going to bring his down to pit road.
So maybe a little bit of tire strategy going on by these guys, maybe just to try to pick up a few more positions out on the track. They, grab a position or two off of the guys that are left out there, maybe on some older tires. Might be a good call on them guys. We do have guys, Robert Felzine, Matt Smith. Those guys have made 5 pit stops. Tom Hevron Sr., 5 pit stop. Pete Sweeney, 5 pit stop. Kevin Wilkinson's made 8 pit stops. Aaron Reeder, 6 pit stops he's made, and here he is running up in the 9th spot.
I believe I was wrong. Looks like the number 1 of Swindell's back out on the track with us.
Yeah, he's probably going to be a couple of laps down, maybe about 3 laps down, but, well, he did have a reset, so, but that's going to put him clear back to the 27th position now. But he'll be 3 laps down, and just try to salvage what he can out of this.
Looks like he's going to be 2 laps down in the 26th position.
I think we're probably going to see Sweeney bring this home. I'm not sure if Doug Hevron or Travis Brown are going to have anything for him coming to the line, but and another one, Michael Vandish, too, right there running in 2nd spot. Doug Hevron did get a couple runs on Michael Vandish there, and it looked like he was going to try to pass him, but couldn't quite make it stick on that low line coming out of the turns. Looks like we're going to probably have about an 8-lap shootout here, Tommy. This, hopefully we don't see another caution. I'd really like to see this finish under green for these guys' sake. They've been racing so hard out here. This is caution number 7, I believe. And they've been racing so hard. No, 6 cautions. I'm sorry. My bad. But right now, looking at leaders here, and Michael Sweeney has led the most laps. 55 laps he's led.
Yeah, it looks like the 22 of Doug Hevron's going to have about 13 laps fresher tires than the 69 of Sweeney right here. So we're going to see if that plays in and makes any kind of a difference, because Hevron's going to be starting right behind him on this restart.
Well, he's going to have to clear Vandish on the high side, and Vandish is very strong. So, in the high side kind of being the preferred line around here. we're going to have to see if Vandish is going to stick right with our leader, Sweeney. And if they're side by side, it's going to be pretty tough for Doug Hevron to get a run on them and pass them.
I wouldn't put it past Doug, though, to push it 3 wide.
He may do that down the front stretch, maybe coming off the 3 and try it going down the front stretch and pass them on the low line. Eight laps to go when they come to the line here, folks. Travis Townsend going to be restarting 4th, Gerald Carroll 5th, Frank G up to 6th, LG Whaley 7th. Pace cars off. Here we go, green flag. Now front 4, boy, they got a great shot out of the cannon right there. And it's just what I was imagining was going to happen here, as these guys are going side by side. Oh, Travis hooking. Oh, they're going 3 wide down the backstretch. Travis did a little hook on Michael Vandish there. Not intentionally. It was just he was trying to push him.
Oh, wreck in the back. Oh, wreck out of 3. Or wreck out of 4, I'm sorry. I don't hear the caution, though.
Nope, no caution. Doug Hevron right on the back bumper of Sweeney. Travis Brown and Vandish right there behind him. But I'm not sure if anybody's going to have anything. I don't know if Hevron's going to have anything for Sweeney or not. But boy, they sure do seem like their bumpers are glued together. And now Vandish on the inside of Townsend had a run on him. And they tapped coming out of 3, or out of 4, excuse me.
But Doug Hevron's taking a look at the inside going into turn 1.
And they're side by side. Boy, this is going to be a tight one. And we got a smoker going down the backstretch now, heading for pit road. Doug Hevron got a run on Sweeney and does clear him. And now Travis Townsend sets his sights on Sweeney. Sweeney ducks it way down low to break that draft, comes back up in front of Townsend. Doug Hevron coming around. They're going to have 4 laps to go when they cross the line. 5 right now. Sweeney looking to the inside. Boy, Hevron blocking like crazy. Townsend got a run. Look at the, oh my God, look at the run Townsend got.
Yep, he seen what was happening. He stayed up top and was able to run his line.
Boy, if him and Hevron don't take each other out right here, this is going to be a shocker.
Yeah. Doug's going to try to pinch him down there to make him work for it. Sweeney's going to get up there and push the 83 and see if he can get him pushed by him.
Doug Hevron stuck up on that high side. Travis Townsend, looks like Travis may have it coming to the line right here. 3 laps to go now. And Sweeney wanting to go with Townsend. Boy, I'll tell you, Townsend and Hevron side by side. And so close to touching so many times. Obviously, those guys have raced around each other a few laps, huh?
Yeah, just a few.
Oh, and they almost touch again. And Hevron going to lose that position, but boy, he slides it right in front of Sweeney. And look who's into the mix of it now. LG Whaley coming up on the inside of Sweeney.
2 laps to go. Has Hevron got anything for him?
Man, I'm telling you what, LG Whaley has just like come on strong here in these last couple of laps.
Look at the right rear of that truck.
I know it. He's got a lot of damage on that right rear, and man, he has just really got the power right now.
Coming to the white flag, looks like Doug Hevron's going to get a look down on the bottom of the 83.
All right, white flag is in the air. Here we go. This is going to be a fight to the finish right here. Doug Hevron inside Travis Townsend. Coming down the backstretch, looks like Doug may have it. I don't know about you, Tommy, but I'm this is, oh my.
I'm loving this.
Look at this, an LG Whaley getting in there. Can he beat him to the line? No. Doug Heveron bringing it to the flag. Congratulations to Doug Heveron beating out Travis Townsend so close. What a finish. Now that's what I like to see right there. That's a great finish. Awesome finish. All right, good
Rudy,
job.
I don't know about you, but my damn heart's beating 100 miles an hour right now from them last couple laps.
I know it. Well,
them guys were almost wrecking a half a dozen different times.
That was insane side-by-side racing right there them guys put on. Like I said, Tommy, they've obviously raced around each other a few times. All right, so Doug Heveron lighting them up. Let's see if we can't get down there and get a word in with them. Tommy, let me know when the mic's clear, because I'm sure they're all congratulating him.
All right, Rudy, ready when you are.
All righty. Doug Heveron, this is Rudy Cummings up in the booth. You got a copy? Is he on a private channel maybe, or?
Well, I don't know. He might be taking a nap.
He's out there doing cookies. Doug Heveron, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Well, I know he's got a mic.
Doug, make sure you're not on private channel. Oh, I'm here, sorry.
Great win there, Doug. Congratulations on it. Man, that was in some intense racing. Tommy and I up in the booth here, we were right on the edge of our seats watching that. You and Travis coming so close to touching, and I think maybe even once I think I did see you guys tap corners. But that was insane finish right there. Great job. Congratulations, buddy.
Well, thank you very much. I didn't give Travis an inch. He didn't give me an inch. And Sweeney there, he was fast. LG was in there. That was probably one of the most intense races I've been in iRacing in quite some time. And that just goes to show you that, these guys are awesome drivers, and it's so much fun racing with them. And we'll have a bad race here and there, but all in all, I mean, Travis is so clean, and everybody's just clean. We got together a couple times, but you know what? That's what happens when good racing goes on, and nobody wrecked or anything. It was just good old-fashioned hard racing. I loved every minute of it.
Well, it was great to see it. Tell us a little bit about, you were leading there early on in the race. Tell us a little bit about that. That looked like some pretty good, you were out front there and racing hard too, but tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I started 8th, so I had to try to do some catching up, and I used up some tires, but I had a good green flag pit stop that put me out front, and of course then when the yellow came out, it bunched everybody up. But a lot of it was, be real smooth, and I was just trying to be tire management and stay up front and stay out of trouble, and it just everything fell the right way again. And like I said, if it wasn't for the clean driving of everybody, nothing would have happened that way. But it was just nothing planned. It was just, whatever happens every lap, I'll take it as it comes.
Well, great job, Doug. That was one heck of a race and one beautiful show you guys put on out there today. I'm sure you guys are going to just love going back and watching this later, because that was just an awesome finish. One of the best that I've seen in quite a while, too. So, great job out there by everybody, racing so clean to bring this thing, to a close, and great finish by everybody. But you want to give a special shout out to anybody, Doug?
Well, Earl and LG and all the guys that run the old parts, and my dad, helps me with the setups, or gives me the setups, I should say, and Just everybody, you guys up in the booth, Rudy and T. Lee, for trying to keep all us meatheads under control. But just everybody that's involved with this whole deal, I really appreciate it. You know, without them, we'd be racing somewhere else, not quite as much fun.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on your win today, Doug. Good job. Travis Townsend, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Man, I'm telling you what, that was some intense racing there, Travis. You know, it's like Doug said, you weren't giving him an inch and he wasn't giving you an inch. And I think I did see you guys touch one time there with a couple to go. But great racing out there. Congratulations bringing this home in the second spot today, buddy.
Yeah, it was a good run. You know, a lot of fun there down the stretch. That was probably the best and worst second place finish I think I've ever had. I was up front there early on, then made my pit stop and got busted for speeding, got an 18-second penalty, so kind of had my work cut out for me and trying to work my way back up through there, and then busted in the front, and I really thought I had no chance at that at all. There was a couple laps to go. I was going to be happy to just finish in the top 5, and Doug and Michael got battling there and kind of went up the track there in 3 and 4, and I said, well, the bottom's open, might as well go for it, so I drove it for all she had, but with that damage, it didn't have much.
Yeah. Was you worried about LG Whaley? Because I'll tell you what, he had a heck of a run there a couple times, and he was closing in on you really big time. But was you worried about him?
Yeah, I saw him coming. There was coming to the white flag. I drove it off a little too hard in the 3 and let Doug get the bottom, which is what I didn't want to do. And then once he got beside of me, I knew it was going to be just try to hold on to second place. So I ran hard and tucked in line there behind Doug going down the back stretch, and just made sure I did just enough to stay in front of LG. If we had another lap or two, he'd have probably got me as well.
Yeah, he was hooked up pretty good there, and he just come on so strong in last 4 or 5 laps, but you managed to stay ahead of him and brought it home second today. Travis, great job out there by you today, buddy, and congratulations again. You want to give a special shout out to anybody?
Hey, everybody over at the Old Farts, you know, always do a great job, from everybody who runs the league to all the drivers. You know, we had a couple cautions here tonight, but it seems like we're getting better. We're getting on the right path. You know, starting 30-some trucks, you can expect to have a couple. So racing was good overall. I'd like to thank you all at Max Speed as well. Rudy, as always, you do a great job with the broadcast, and T. Lee for helping out up there. Seems like he was, I guess, running the show okay. So thank you again, though. Appreciate it.
Okay, Travis. Thank you, and congratulations again. LG Whaley, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Rudy, go ahead, bud.
Way to bring it home third there. Man, you come on with some major horsepower at the end. Did you have something in reserve for these guys? And did you have anything, if it would have went maybe a couple more laps, you think you might have pulled off the win today?
I doubt it, Rudy, because them young whippersnappers up there, you know, give the old man a fit. And I showed all I had. I didn't have anything left. If it had ran caution-free, I probably would have had something, because my truck came on, you know, the longer we run, the faster I got.
I noticed that. It was just like all of a sudden it was like you found another gear or something, but great job bringing it home third today, LG. Hey, don't let them young whippersnappers get to you, because us old guys got to stick together. We can beat them. We can beat them easy.
Yeah, Rudy, is a good bunch of drivers over here, and all the league members, we need to give a shout-out, because this is one hell of a race.
Yeah, that was a great race. You know, I got to admit, that was some of the most intense racing that I've seen in a while, so great job by everybody out here today. 6 cautions, but for 100 laps, you know, and what we've seen in the cautions was a lot of, you know, getting loose coming off a 4. We've seen that more than coming off a 2, and, you know, that was really kind of weird. Usually it's coming off a 2 is where we see a lot of the spins, but today it was number 4. So the guys may have had their setup set to deal with 1 and 2, but maybe not 3 and 4. But great job out there today, LG. That was one heck of a race, and you ran beautiful today. got to give you a lot of credit. You had damage on the back right corner of that truck, but it didn't seem to affect you at all. So, but great job. And you want to give a special shout out to anybody else?
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to Earl and Joe and RW, the board members, and for Gary Lowe. He does the website. He does a super job. And also, we'd like to give a shout out to Keeley, because he does a super job managing these things and keeping us intact. And thank you, Rudy.
Okay, thank you very much, LG. Great job out there today, buddy. All right, Tommy, pretty good race, don't you think?
It was a very good race. I was really, really excited after we got that first quick caution out of the way. Then we actually had that long green flag run, got to see some flag pit stops. I tell you one thing, Doug Hevron better give that pit crew his a raise, because if it hadn't been for the rest of the cautions, if it would have went caution-free to the end of that thing, he probably had that race won, because he came out of the pits like 6 seconds ahead of second place.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, let's run down through the results real quick here. Doug Hevron, of course, our winner, and Travis Townsend finishing about a tenth of a second behind him. LG Whaley back a couple more tenths, but finishing third. Michael Sweeney, which was our pole setter, and really thought he was going to pull it off today, but managed to bring it home fourth as LG Whaley got past him there with a couple to go. Michael Vandish slid back to the fifth position after restarting second on that last caution. Frank G rolls it up into sixth. That's a great finish for Frank G after all he was through today. Michael Martin, now there's a big surprise for me. Michael Martin bringing this home seventh today. Aaron Reeder eighth. Gerald Carroll ninth. Tommy Hevron in the 10th spot. Robert Felzine 11th. Kevin Baker 12th. Brent Lay, I believe it is, 13th. Matt Smith 14th. Kirk Fielder 15th. Alan McEwen 16th. Tommy Hevron Sr. in 17th. Pete Sweeney 18th. Joe Fisher 19th. Lloyd Jones rounding out your top 20. Earl Lateral clear back to the 21st after getting caught up in that major wreck. R.W. Ziegler in 22nd. Derek Cormier, and my pick for the race today, and finishing in the 23rd spot, 2 laps down. Derek. J. Paul Jones in 24th. Kevin Wilkinson 25th. Dave Swindell getting caught up in that big wreck and was on his roof. I think he had to do a tow to the pits, finishing 5 laps down in the 26th. Gerald Livingston 27th. Gary Lowe 28th. Al Cena had technical issues and wound up finishing 29th, 28 laps down. David Bowden 30th, and Eddie Asaf 31st, and Ray Bachman, I'll get it right this time, sorry about that, Ray, 32nd. So pretty good job. As the guys looking at it here, they had 6 cautions, 14 different lead changes. So all in all, not a bad race for 100 laps here at the slippery oval of Chicagoland. These guys had some really good setups, and we've seen some awesome racing here, Tommy.
Yeah, we did, Rudy. Like I say, just that first green flag run right there, we got that first quick caution out of the way, and with everybody still out there and was able to run 52, 53 laps under green, that right there says a whole lot for the guys and the racers that are in here. I just wish we didn't have quite as many cautions in that second half as we did. But, I mean, like you say, you got people out there on different tire strategies trying to pick up track position and better their finishing position. So, I mean, you can't really blame them for staying out there, and especially with Gerald Carroll as good as he was able to stay up front with them older tires and everybody else pitted around him. Really says something about the caliber of the drivers we got in here.
Absolutely, yeah. One thing I did want to say about Gerald too on that was that he did that on one pit stop. So I mean, you know, he had old tires all the way clear up to his first pit stop, and he finished the race on old tires. So you know, he had at least 50 laps on the first set and about 50 on the second. So great job by him out there today. But pretty good race, Tommy. I'm impressed. Great job by everybody out there. And where are you guys running that next week?
I believe we're at Talladega next week. I can verify that real quick.
Alrighty.
Yes, sir. We're at Talladega next week for 60 laps.
60 laps at Talladega. All right. Well, until we meet again here at Talladega next week, we'll see you there.